like to start this off with a quick little video. Should take no less than, or no more anyway, than 30 minutes or so. I mean, seconds.
Now, Dwight, I bet these young ladies could tell us this whole story within about 4 or 5 minutes, so.
Yeah.
Art
You'll
holds
enjoy
a
this.
special place in the hearts of many children, but if you have special needs, participating in the fun isn't always possible. News 19's Lana Harris takes us to one park in the Midlands that's trying to change that.
Through the eyes of a child, the playground can be magical. Climb up the stairs and you're the captain of a pirate ship, an explorer squeezing through small spaces, or on the swings, feeling like you can fly.
Hey, Mama.
But not through Itzel Mess's eyes. All she can do is watch.
She has her hand over her face, she has her head down.
And that's hard for her mother, Nicole Rivera, to see.
Definitely.
It's families like this that gave Newberry's Parks and Rec director Scott Sawyer a vision.
We can offer something to them that they can have fun.
A vision that would let Nicole kick off her daughter's brakes
Here we go, Itzy.
and go to a swing set just for her. And that was a sight to see.
Itzy, you're excited? You're excited, Mommy?
Thanks to money from a state grant, these wheelchair-accessible swings at Marion Davis Park were shipped all the way from Scotland.
This is something that many of them may never have been able to do before.
Yay, Itzy.
And it's her siblings' turn to watch her.
Do you like it?
It fills this mom with a feeling hard to explain.
There's no better feeling for, especially for parents, to see that smile on her face, and I'm speechless. I really can't. It's hard.
And that's magic. Lana Harris, News 19, WLTX.
Well, Sawyer says there are instructions for the wheelchair swing at the park, and that parents who want to use it can contact the city of Newberry for an access key.
Okay, little Olympics here. No idea where that came from.
I'll watch curling for a couple of hours, Dwight, so we don't need to go there.
Somebody was busted for doping
I
and curling.
saw that. Is that necessary?
It's the sweepers.
That's embarrassing.
Gotta be the sweepers.
All right, there we go. Okay, well, as you saw with that video, I mean, you can't help but think about that just a little bit. I mean, Moscow has no wheelchair accessible swings, and you think about the people that are in wheelchairs that could have been participating at our playgrounds at that level for all these years, and just haven't been. And so sort of a forgotten crowd, you might say. And I have my own issues with the way that the federal guidelines are with accessibility definitions for playgrounds, and this one makes me feel better because it takes care of some of those concerns. So on with my presentation. Back in January via the Moscow Buddy Club, and we had Lena Werner. She is the president of that club, and her advisor, Corey Voss, and this is Anna Bales. She's one of the student associates. And anyway, they requested through one of our council members that they have a swing put in out at East City Park. And so just going through the whole sequence of things, we finally ended up here today. And so I wanted to show you what we've got, and of course they're here to answer any technical questions about why they wanted to put this on. And the Buddy Club, it's a club run by the high school, run by the students, and they take care of issues of people that have challenges, and it doesn't have to be handicapped, but just challenges. And so they're the buddies, and what they wanted to do, as you saw in your packet, they wanted to raise some funds toward this swing set. And so originally, and talking to several people around the country, on the pictures you see up on the screen, the one on the bottom center is typically where communities go. And I can tell you from my own experience that they don't last very long. If you remember back in the days how many people you could stuff into a phone booth or a VW Bug, well, that's what happens to these, and they break. And so I would give it maybe a week before we would no longer have a swing set. So we started to look for something more durable, and the upper right is what we came up with. It's not a local piece of equipment, but there are none developed here or produced here in the United States that are like that. They're either this cheap brand or the direction that most communities go are swing seats that are meant for accessibility, but that requires somebody to be able to get out of their wheelchair or be picked up out of their wheelchair and put into those swings. And they don't, one size does not fit all with those either. So there are a lot of issues with those. So hopefully our country will, manufacturers will change that and go this direction. Here's another view. You can see those seat type swings. And they do have a place, and we'll likely purchase some of those to add to the other playgrounds around town. So we do have other accessible playgrounds. Just this would, at least at this point, would be our only swing that would be here wheelchair accessible. Like I said earlier, we have no swings. I know of none, private or public, in the city of Moscow that are wheelchair accessible. ADA is a heavy focus in our Parks and Rec master plan. It's also going to be one of our primary focuses of the update that we're working on now. This sort of got ahead of us, but we evaluated the request. We saw that it didn't interfere with the direction that we were going. We would have gotten to this point anyway. So, I mean, why not? This swing is needed. The cost, and it's spendy, it's about $34,000, and that includes the safety tiles. It's not just the swing. You have to enclose this. It is planned to be at East City Park, and this is an unsupervised location, so it requires a little fenced-in area, and that's not to keep people out, as in trespassing type thing. It's meant for safety, so you're not a pedestrian walking in front of the swing, and you saw the size of it, and that's metal, that you would get hurt. It's not in this budget, the fiscal year 18 budget, but it does meet the council's resolution of 2017-07 authorizing the use of the Hamilton funds that were set aside specifically for playground purchasing and installation. This would require opening the budget in, I think, August, and authorizing those funds. I don't know the technical words there, but anyway, that brings it into this year's budget at that time. And we would purchase this right away so that we could put it in as soon as weather and schedules permit this summer. And with this, the Buddy Club, their estimation up front was that they would likely be able to raise about $3,000 toward this, and we would use the Hamilton funds to fund the remainder of that. And with that, let's see if I've got any more here. Another picture of that.